Let's talk about it. All right. So the back pocket knowledge is just words of wisdom. Just a couple tips when they come up midday or they come up throughout the week, and we don't spend a lot of time on them. But it's just some things that I've learned over my career, over the life of a day trader, and just in general that I can give you and help you out with. And we'll make it available to everyone. Um, but I noticed I read a report the other day, and I posted that earlier in the Discord this morning. And it was a sad report, to be quite honest with you. The report was coming out of CNBC, MSNBC, and Bloomberg, and it said only 48% of U.S. workers say that they use all their vacation days. Research found that about half who do not take all their time off say it's because they don't need it, or they worry about falling behind at work, or feel badly about coworkers carrying their load. A few even think vacation time hurts their chances for promotions or could cost them their job. That's very sad news. And so that prompted a nice little conversation this morning that I think will be nice for us to have a discussion about it. And it's about being balanced, right? The topic is balance, finding balance in the market and in life of the day trader. And I talk with at this point, you guys know I've trained a lot of traders. A lot of traders have come through the Discord, taken my training, many of which have stayed, and many have gone on to continue to hit new heights. And others are still a work in progress. No worries about that. This is about progress, not perfection. But the the subject that always I notice with a lot of people is everyone has this desire to be successful in the market, and that desire could turn into an imbalanced passion, something that just it's like a rage. They want it so bad, and nothing else matters and focuses on. So, um, the 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 idea, if you're going to be successful in the market, you have to keep the market in its proper perspective. So, I'm going to give you a secret today. All right, and my YouTube videos, my training, everything I do is structured in a way to really give you the real deal, have a conversation with you, and for the person that is really going to listen, the person that's really, really going to take it, they will get the information. They will sit down, take the training, listen to the videos, listen to the podcast, and they'll get it. The nuggets are there. So one reason that I can attribute my success in the market, um, it's primarily because of how I view the market and how I view money. And that your view of the market, your view of money has a lot to do with you being balanced. So, what do we mean by that? Well, if a person, again, views money as their, you could say, savior or quote unquote way out, then it's going to cause you to do some very erratic things, unscrupulous things, or imbalanced behavior. For example, a person that is, desperate to win in the market. On the one hand, they may spend a lot of time charting and really reviewing the charts and reviewing the levels that they need, um, and just trying to get better. But on the other hand, that time that they spend can be so exaggerated that they can forget to take time for themselves. More importantly, the time for their family, things like that, the things that you need to recharge. So I want to caution you. I want to caution you as you look to getting better in the market. The market is a journey. It's not something that you just hit these markers overnight. I mean, I have a team and my assistants will give me feedback at times from different areas, right? If it's relevant feedback, they'll give it to me. Feedback that comes from the Discord, feedback that comes from YouTube, whatever. Otherwise, I don't read the comments and things like that unless you're a Discord member, right? And so they'll give me the feedback, and a lot of times, a person will comment on a video or something with a sense of frustration because they want this secret sauce. They want this one thing that's going to make them successful right now. And I feel very sad when I see that because I know that person will not be successful in the market. And really, it comes down to a number of different factors, but one of them is balance. They don't really understand that this takes time, that trading in the market is a job, and that they're going to need to really just look at this thing for really what it is, a long term investment on yourself. Day trading, the skill of day trading, is a long term investment in yourself. So no matter what money you've spent or you've lost in the market, if you continue to go and you come across a winning system like VVP, the system we teach in the Discord, then ultimately you're going to be successful. Ultimately, you're going to be successful. So the idea here is when you change your mindset and you understand that this is a long-term investment on yourself, then you're going to be very successful. So how about we talk about what an imbalanced trader, what an imbalanced person looks like, and how about we talk about also how it can affect you, right, in your trading, and then what to do about it. So someone that's imbalanced, they certainly do spend a lot of time trading, but maybe this has happened to you. Do you dream about charts? Are you so excited you can't sleep for Monday or the next day? Are you just, um, sitting in front of charts, always checking your phone, always looking to make money? Now, it's okay to be excited about the market, but what's your motive? Right? Do you want to make money, or are you purely interested in getting better? Are you purely interested in the process? Do you love the process? Have you fallen in love with the process of becoming great? Right. Well, I can appreciate individuals wanting to get better in charting. And charting is a huge part of the training and homework that I give, right? You have an immense amount of charting homework that I give in our trainings, right? No doubt about it. In fact, I do not encourage anyone to move down the training stack until they finish the previous training, the previous homework, right? So, charting is essential and practicing and all these things are essential. But if your motive is only to just make money, you probably won't do well as fast as you like to in the market, right? Now that sounds weird, being in the market, being in the financial markets for money, to make money. That sounds weird saying that, but it's the truth. You have to understand that this is a long-term investment in yourself. And so a lot of times when a person is just, hyper focused on making money, and they do all the things that they think they should be doing to make this money, they neglect all of these peripheral items and things that make them better. So it will result in being imbalanced. Your view of the market, your view of money, you need to have a centered, balanced view of these things in order to be successful. Now, how does it look in the market? Rather, how does it affect you? We know what it looks like. Perhaps you're spending too much screen time, or you're just hyper focused and you're always dialed in the market. Um, when you should be focused on other things at sometimes in your life. Maybe you should be spending time with your family or your loved one or your spouse or whatever. Maybe you don't take vacations like we talked about earlier. Whatever. You don't think that's a bit imbalanced? I think it is. See, no amount of wishing and hoping is going to make you better in the market. The market rewards. Remember this statement. The market only rewards the patient and prepared. That's it. Show up prepared, be patient, and you're going to get the rewards. All right. So if you are that way, if you do have a problem with balance, right, and you can't really get centered, here are some things that can help you. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is you need proper rest. Period. If you haven't gotten proper rest the day before you trade, I'm going to encourage you not to trade. All right. I'm going to encourage you not to trade. Now, why? Because you need rest in order to see clearly and think clearly. And if you haven't gotten any, then likely you're not going to be focused. And even if you do make money that day, even if you do make money, it won't be at your best. You won't really be able to write that day down in your journal as a successful day holistically from like the entire perspective, right? So you need good rest, right? So good recuperative sleep is something that's going to help you stay balanced. I know it sounds simple, but it's going to help you stay balanced. All right. And with that, I'm going to add, listen to our Mindset Mondays that we put out there some time ago. I think the one with Grant in it. When you see a Mindset Mondays featuring Grant gave some beautiful suggestions about balance as well, drinking water, exercise, things like that. So it's critical. It's critical. Another tip that I utilize to stay balanced is reading. I read a lot of books. I love to read. And those books oftentimes do not have anything to do primarily with the market, but they can be applied to the market in a secondary fashion. But primarily, it just may be something to improve. It could be a business related book. It could be a book about, healthy living. It could be a book about sci-fi. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to have to be involved in reading so that you can get better just as a person, and your perspective on the market and all of this stays in clear focus, stays in clear view. So that's another suggestion I'd give you. Another suggestion is, as we talked about in the report that I read from the news there, vacations. They're critical. If you think that you can just trade and trade and trade and trade and trade and trade, and only when you make the money you're going to take a vacation, and you are imbalanced. You have an imbalance, and it's a mental imbalance in how you view money, how you view the market. So I'll encourage you, take a vacation. Personally, myself, at least 4 times a year. I'm getting away. I'm doing something to clear my mind. Now, I'll tell you this: I love trading, and many times, as you guys know, I'll trade while on vacation sporadically. That's fair. That's fair. But you got to go somewhere, folks. You got to go. You got to clear your mind. Now, the report I read earlier was surveyed Americans, and Americans have a huge problem with not taking vacations. I remember working in the office. This is no joke. I work with a guy who was incredibly smart. And I really enjoy working around all kinds of people, smart people being some of my favorites, right? Because you learn a lot. And he and I were both at the time senior engineers, and so we had a lot of authority and responsibility. Now, he, 1 year goes by, 2 years go by, 5 years go by, 7, 8 years go by. Time is just rolling, and we noticed, man, he never takes a vacation. He never takes time to leave. Now, what's interesting is HR came to him after 5 years, and they said, "Look, all right." And I won't say his name in case he's in the Discord or what have you, but he knows who he is, and we've had these conversations before. But say, hey, you you need to take a vacation. By law, you got to take a vacation, oh, once a year or whatever the frequency is. And you've been slipping on this, so you got to take a vacation. Guy had 5 years, he had taken vacation, right? You know what he did? He took a week and stayed at home and still had his laptop on, still plugged into work. Now, let me tell you something, folks. All right. Now, this is just Uncle D, Uncle KD kicking it with you. All right. If you have a job where you feel like you can't take vacation, where if you leave your work, you're losing your promotion, you leave your work for a minute, things are going to break, the world is shattered, then you have a problem. That is not a good job. And here's the thing, guys. He wasn't single. He had a full family of about 6. Yeah, yeah, full family. And let me tell you, it had nothing to do with no one, because they're various ages, had nothing to do with the inability to go on vacation, and nothing to do with anyone else not wanting to go. And so here's what's interesting. One year, because even back then, I travel. I travel, right? My wife and I, we've got friends all over the world. So I'm gonna travel. And traveling gives you pause, perspective, brings you humility, right? Balance, calm, a lot of things, right? So that when you get back to trading, you're refreshed and you're not like desperate. So one year we're talking, and I don't know where I was going this year, somewhere out east, right? In APAC, somewhere I was traveling in Asia Pacific. So I told him, hey, yeah, I'll be gone for X amount of weeks and I'm going over here, blah, 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 blah. He said, okay, I'll be here. So after that happened year after year, right? 2, 3 times a year at that time, still traveling. He finally said, you know what? We've talked about traveling so much. He said, you know what? I I'm going to take a vacation. And everyone, all the engineers, we said, what? Right? So I'm taking vacation. Right. So we're all excited for him. We're giving him, tips, planning for him. Hey, yeah, okay, you got to go here. He's like, yeah, my wife wants to go to um, Europe. So we hey man, you got to go here. We're giving them tips. We're so excited. Don't worry about anything. We make plans. Hey, we're gonna, everything will be fine. We got everything in place to handle your scope of work. Don't worry. Well, do you know that the Europe trip never really happened? It never worked out, and I can't remember why. But it's because deep down inside, I believe he didn't really want it to work out. He never really wanted it to work out. So again, another failed attempt to recharge. But a nice guy, excellent guy. Someone like that would have trouble in the market because they may have a problem with being balanced. So, why do I tell you that story? Well, because you have an opportunity to take pause and to recharge. We sometimes mistake success and work, and the two are certainly married together, but sometimes I think we overstate that and really over exaggerate it. We don't think that there are other intangibles to success, like your family, right? Like the rest, like the books that you read, right? Those things contribute to your success as well, even in the market. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Take a vacation, plan it, schedule it, go away. All right. Now, if you wanna, you know, trade on vacation, that's fine too. It's up to you. The next thing I'd tell you is spend time with your loved ones. You have to shut the computer down, shut the workstation, shut the terminal down, log off the charts on your phone, and spend time with your family. Period. These are the people that, quite frankly, you are in the market for them. Let's be honest. Yeah, for yourself, you want to be successful, but most people have someone that they love. And if you don't, do it for yourself. Spend time doing the things that you love away from the market. But if you have loved ones in the family, spend time with them. Just spend time with them, folks. Without the market, the charts, you'll come back and things will be in proper perspective. All right. Another tip I'd give you is a coach. Now, for many in the Discord, they call me coach. I'm your coach. That's fine. I'm going to give it to you straight. Whoever your coach is, could be your spouse, could be myself, could be someone else in day trading or just in life in general, should be someone to hold you accountable to. And a coach is going to help you with balance too. They're going to tell you, look, go rest. It's the same thing when you're lifting weights. You can't lift weights every single day for 365. No, no. A good coach, a good performance and workout coach, they're going to tell you, all right, 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, whatever, rest. Because they realize the mechanics of the body requires you to rest so that you're balanced. And when you do rest, what does the body see? It sees extreme growth and it progresses. The last thing I will say is a support system. A lot of times it is folks that try to go at things alone. Has that ever happened to you? Maybe that happened to you before you found us here in the Discord or this community. You just, trying to go at things by yourself. And I can appreciate you wanting to be successful. I can appreciate you wanting to try to, right? In this community, may not work for everyone. That's fair. But you definitely want to have a support system. It doesn't even have to be a day trading community. It could be your spouse, could be someone in your house, it could be a friend. Hey, keep going. Hey, maybe it's time. And they know things about you. Hey, maybe it's time for you just to take a break. Now, we're not saying leave trading. We're saying still trade, but we're saying this day, this week, take a vacation. Like, do something to clear your mind. I see it all the time. Traders are on, you know, 30, level 30. They come into the Discord, they take all the training, they're all amazed, and they start doing incredible in the beginning. But then, then the mindset portion kicks in and they cannot figure out what's wrong. Has that ever happened to you? Where you see extreme success early on in the wealth wells, and then you hit a rocky portion and you can't figure out what's going on? You can't really dial in. It may be because you're imbalanced a little bit and your expectations need to be adjusted. And then obviously some systematic things needs to be in place and what have you. So the reality is we all, because we're doing something that we love, it can be a challenge to step away from it. And this can be used for anything. It doesn't have to be day trading. It could just be flat out your job. It could be flat out something else. All right. Yes, success and hard work, they're married, they're linked together. But it does take work in order for you to appreciate the downtime, to appreciate the times where you kind of recharge. And so that's a part of your story. That's a part of the journey. All right. Don't try to go at this alone. Make sure that you use the things that we just discussed there: rest, reading, vacation, spending time with your loved ones, get a coach and a support system. All right. So just wanted to have a little chat with you about being balanced. All right. Finding balance in the market and in life and in the life of a day trader. All right. On your road to become successful, it takes time. Enjoy it. Don't be in a rush to get great. I say this all the time, and I'll end with this. If you want to be better and you want to do better and get better when it comes to the market, all of the things that we're talking about, the balance, the vacations, the reading, the exercise, it's a part of the process, folks. Fall in love with the process of becoming great, and you will never be average. All right? We're trading the market. Green morning, green day. Let's get back at it.